We have the privilege and honor to be joined by a St. Joe Star senior, Josh Crudup, who is unable to play this evening. Obviously, for those that don't know, last week Josh suffered an unfortunate situation where I guess, Josh, I'll let you kind of explain what happened, but basically you're just coming off you're on the field and all of a sudden you went down, and now you won't be able to play for the rest of the season. Tell us kind of in your own words what happened.
Well, I was on the field, and actually the play had just ended, and I just didn't feel right in my head. And I'm like, okay, I have to get off the field. So I started running to my coach. I started running to the sideline, and I just started. Everything was in slow motion, and oh my goodness. So I just collapsed. But thankfully, we had a lot of doctors here. I had Dr. Radigan and a lot of doctors here who came down and helped me. Had our, just everyone came down, helped, and the paramedics came and took me. So what happened was I had a stroke actually on the field, which is, it was really crazy for my age. But thank to God I am still alive and I'm still breathing. And I'm getting better. It actually happened last Friday on St. Joe, Father Bly Field. But I'm here for the Holy War. I couldn't miss it for the world. I had to come and watch my boys play.
How are you feeling right now? Just kind of take us through how you're feeling and what's your prognosis now?
Well, right now, I just feel like I just want to see my boys go out there and just run over Marian. But I just feel, I don't know, I just can't explain it. Just like this energy, this vibe that I'm getting. And
so you're obviously feeling good.
I'm feeling very good.
Because you're worried about the game.
I'm just locked in.
So you're feeling good, and that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of people worried about you last week when you went down. And I know you kind of gave the Indian chop as you went off the field.
Yeah.
How important was that to kind of, I guess, signal to everyone that you were going to be okay?
Yeah, I think so. The sideline was just down, and I wanted my team to come back 100% full throttle, so I had to give the Indian chop, get them back on their feet, and try to get them just to go and give it all like we always do. So.
All right, Josh, this past week you haven't been practicing. What was it like, being there at practices and not being able to participate in practice?
Well, I only went to one practice, and it was just, it was sad. Because, you play so hard. You worked all off season to play, especially against Marian, and this is Marian week. So the energy was up, and everyone was, ecstatic and just locked in. But a lot of my brothers on the field, they told me that they're playing for me, which, it's just really humbling to me. So I just know that they will go do their job, and I will support them all the way through. So.
Okay, now do you have any idea when you will be back?
Well,
I know you're not a doctor
yet,
maybe, but any ideas?
Well, the doctors say that since I'm on these blood thinners, I probably will not return to football.
Okay.
And this is my senior year, so I'm
tough.
still trying to live it down, swallow that pill, but it's sad.
I know, though, your biggest passion is theater, and you're going to be able to still to do Shakespeare, to do theater, and that's great to hear. Talk about what that means to you, that you're still going to be you in the long run and be able to do the stuff that you love.
Well, yeah, I do Shakespeare at the Robinson Community Learning Center, and I'm just grateful that I'm still alive, and I can still do the things that I love, like Shakespeare. And with Shakespeare, we went to London last year. Actually, we got featured with a What Would You Fight For ad for Notre Dame. And I think God's given me a lot of blessings. And one of the blessings was just going to London and performing Cymbeline in the Great Garden at Stratford-upon-Avon. And I'm just really blessed that I can still I can still act and I can still get out there on the stage and do all that. So.
Okay, now I'm a little bit of a Shakespeare fan. Now, what was the most favorite character that you have played far in your Shakespeare experience?
I think, I think my favorite character has to be Julius Caesar. I played Julius Caesar.
Oh, okay.
And I think just the emotions that you go through as Julius Caesar. I think he's a cocky guy, He's really a cocky guy.
You mean that was a natural part for you?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, Josh? Okay.
I don't know about that. Well, it was actually kind of hard for me. My director was like, "Stop being nice. You have to be cocky." I'm like,
okay.
But just going through getting stabbed, it was just such a fun character to play.
Okay.
And I wish I could do it again. So.
Okay.
Josh Crudup is our guest on Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Tailgate Talk. He unfortunately went down with, as he has just told us, a stroke during last week's St. Joe win over Northridge. Josh, what's the future hold for you in terms of college and beyond? Do you know where you're looking and what you're hoping to major in and everything like that?
Well, I'm probably hoping to major in I don't know.
It's okay. You still got time.
Hey, you got time. That's
something
right.
with engineering.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Probably aerospace engineering. I love space. So something with aerospace engineering. I think the best college for that is probably Purdue.
Yeah, great college. Yeah.
Also looking at Embry-Riddle University. But
So you thinking about becoming a pilot? Because Embry-Riddle is a big school in flight.
I think flight and just space and that whole nine is just amazing. So hopefully I'm learning actually more about it. And actually I might go into the military, like Navy or Air Force. I'm still figuring out, trying to, this is the time we're supposed to figure it out, and I'm doing that right now. So
Yeah, a lot of people in aerospace majors get into the armed services, Air Force especially, where they can really work with their careers. So you think that might be an option then for you? Huh?
Yes, for sure. I think that would be an amazing option. My father was a CB in the Navy, so I'm not trying to follow in his footsteps, but I'm trying to take my own path and create my own legacy. So.
Josh, don't do me a favor, buddy.
Am I talking?
Yeah, you want to talk into that mic.
I apologize.
I thought the theater guy like yourself, you had that down.
Well, we're supposed to project. We don't use
that's true.
We don't use
very good response.
That's very good.
Josh.
We're talking to Josh Crudup, the St. Joe senior, who unfortunately went down with an injury last week, but health-wise, long-term prognosis is great for this young man, and we are happy to see that. I know you are bitterly disappointed that you will not be on the field tonight, but your team is off to such a great start at 2-0 and 2 big wins over Concord and Northridge. How proud are you of this group with the way you guys have started so far this year?
I think we're gritty. I think that we're not scared of any team. And I love that about this team. We go out there every Friday night, every week. We just play our hearts out in practice, give every single play 100%. We should never back down from any team. It doesn't matter if we're playing Penn, Northridge, anyone. That's what I love about this team. Now, Marian, it's a rivalry, so rivalry games are hard, but I feel like my team, St. Joe, will pull out and do the best that they can every single play. And I think we'll go out and get the victory. So.
Hey, there's a prediction right there.
Hey,
we've got it.
You got your Beat Marian shirt on.
Yeah.
And your class has not defeated Marian. How much does this senior class want to win this evening?
I think it's everything we want. It's sad to see that we want this win for the classes that have not won in the last 4 or 5 years. 4 years, sorry. It's just everything to this team, and you can see it even in off season. Just us grinding, getting, just lifting, just getting better. And I think that we've been wanting this since our freshman year. So I think the seniors will lead this team to this victory tonight.
I wanted to ask you one last question I forgot to ask you earlier. You mentioned the Robinson Center,
yes.
And I know you are part of the Cooking with Cops program at the Morris Inn with Chef Calvin, and I understand you were the oldest student that was a part of that. Just tell us a little bit about that experience and what that meant to you.
I think it's a great experience, especially connecting the community with cops, because right now, especially with the African American community, it's not that great of a connection. And I think if we get that connection back and that trust back, which we can definitely trust our police officers and our firefighters and all of the people who dedicate their service. As soon as we get that trust back, which we will, I think it'll just be flawless and it'll be amazing. So,
Josh Crudup, we are so happy for you that you are feeling better, and you are an incredible representative of St. Joseph High School. And I'm glad to see that the future remains bright for you. I know you want to be out there on the football field with your brothers, but we're very happy that you are smiling up here and you are doing well. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Josh.
That is Josh Crudup. Coach, what an incredible young man.
I guess, and St. Joe can be very proud of Josh and all that he does, not only on the football field, but all around school and also in his community.
All right, we got to take a timeout here on Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Tailgate Talk.